Allez, Paymin. On peut aider? On peut aider? Oh. C'est les dés, ouais.
De côté aussi, les gars.
Oh! 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 Allez, Paymin. On peut aider? On peut aider? Oh!
Je ne touche pas.
C'est les dés, ouais.
Moi je ne touche pas. Pour de l'autre côté aussi, les gars.
2 kilometres to go on the final stage, and Sepp van Marke goes. He'd ripped his way across to the remnants of his breakaway late on in the stage today, the Belgian cobbled superstar, and he's taken Davide Ballerini with them, so that is a very strong pairing. Will they be let go? The answer is definitely no at this very late stage, but it's inside 2 kilometres to go, Brian.
Yeah, it's what's going to happen next, because AG2 are trying to close this one down, and you know, can they? That's the thing. You know, they've got Champozan, a bit more of a climber, trying to close it down for Greg Van Avermaet, because these riders have to come into play now, because Trentin's been brought back, Davide Ballerini's in front. They've been riding pretty much all day, so you know, it's an opportunity for maybe not one of the kind of top sprinters, because they seem to be kind of missing. So it's everything to play for now in the group behind, but they have to bring these two riders back, and you know, still willing to put, you know, a bit of a fight on here is Luscano now, and he's done a tremendous amount of work, and it looks as if he's bringing this back together, possibly thinking about Aram Barou if he's actually in this group behind.
Absolutely. It is now complete. I make that peloton complete, or what's left of the peloton anyway at this stage. And look for the knocking about 5 or 6 down. There's the yellow jersey of Matej Skelmos Jensen. 2 of the Entourage Wanty-Gobert riders moving up. Rota, I think it is, or could that be on the outside there? Jan Bakelans. Yes, Brian, I think you're right. Bakelans, it looks like his form attacking down the left-hand side, and that is Rota on the front, I believe, who's just going to sit there and let this one drift off. Jan Bakelans has kicked off at just the right time. He's been on the deck today too, having gone into the gutter. He's looking back. He might be a little bit surprised to have got the gap where he did, but it's working right now. Wow, who is going to chase at this very late stage? Is that a red jersey? It is, of Lotto Soudal on the front, trying to chase this one down. The orange jersey of our race leader, Rob Stannard, is being led out. That looks like his teammate, Julien Vermont, maybe, who's doing the lead out here. We might even see the race leader get the win, because Robert Stannard's going to go for this. Stannard is closing down, but all the while, his Jan Bakelans is going to get this, or is he? Stannard right on the line, Jan Bakelans gets it, but our race winner is going to be Robert Stannard, who's come good on the final stage and taken a very fine second place. Maybe if Jan Bakelans hadn't attacked, we would have seen our race leader take the win overall and the final stage. But Jan Bakelans, what a turn up for the team, who we've been a little bit critical of, Brian, the last day or so, and suspicious about their strange tactics. In the end, the give it a go and try it, let's see what happens tactic has worked for Jan Bakelans, who was on the deck as well. Lorenzo Monzan is going to lead in as best of the rest by the looks of it, or is he? That might be Matt Walls, I think, just leading in there, just ahead of Monzan for the best of the rest. Wow. Now, I wouldn't have expected that. 36-year-old Jan Bakelans, who was he was on the deck a bit earlier, wasn't he, Brian, as well, on the edge of the road, got himself back up, and he's taken the win as well.
Yeah, well, they should not a lot to shout about over the last few years, and you know, I'm just looking back at his results. It's been a few years since his last victory, and you could see how happy he was there. I remember in his career he had a nasty accident, a back injury, But you know, this is a racer. He took his opportunity there just when it was all coming back together. And I think Rota has to take a bit of credit there, because he was at the right place at the right time, just came to the front, slowed a little bit, allowed Bakelands to get that gap, and he delivered. So it was just that opportunist move, fouled the rest of them, and you know, took a win in many years. I think you're going back to pretty much 2016. You know, that's how much, you know, the last time he put his hands in the air at the end of a race, and that's why it's so emotional at the moment.
Oh, Brian, that is so good to see in this tough and hard-nosed world of professional cycle racing. It's so good to see a guy who's been through so much, as you say, in his career, Jan Bakelands, getting the win. And I think we're going to see quite an emotional Bakelands on the podium as well. Let's watch the moment at which it happened.
Yeah, well, he's in front. He's just got the line in front of him. But Robert Stannard, good lead out there. And you know, we were talking about the riders that were left. I think Matteo Trentin still had a little bit left in his legs. But you know, they guys were pretty much totally committed. But by finishing in second place there, he almost had the win, just maybe another 5-10 metres, and Stannard could have possibly had that one. But yeah, he takes out the victory in the race. But the man of the day is Jan Bakelands, as you say, on the deck, and just taking that opportunity to move there. And you know, you're right, Intermarché have not got, especially yesterday, they never, tactically wise, they got it totally wrong. But today, you know, you have to take your hat off to them, an opportunist move there, and you know, taking the victory.
That was Group 2 coming in, led in by Matt Walls, just coming off the back wheel of Lorenzo Mozan. Lewis Askey having a little dip for the line too, practicing their sprints, no doubt, behind this group who led in. Julian Vermont carrying on the right-hand side of the road there as well, alongside Robert Stannard. Stannard proving his well, his speed as a sprinter. He's a good all-rounder, isn't he? And he's taken now his first pro win, Robert Stannard, and it's a stage race win as well. Were it not for that late attack, he could have been taking, actually, what would we have said there, Brian? His first pro win would have been this stage, and then his second pro win would have been the race overall. But there it is, Jan Bakelands, the winner of the final stage of the ATS Tour de Wallonie, ahead of Robert Stannard, the Australian. Axel Laurent getting the podium spot finish that his sprinting has deserved this week, just ahead of Thibaut Nice, who was on the deck yesterday too. Matteo Trentin with a 5th place to show for a great day's work, and Dimitri Peskins too in 6th. Loic Vliegen will finish 2nd on general classification with that top 10 finish in 7th.